Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. It's been a while. It's been a couple days. If you're new here, haven't been around, I'm sorry in advance. But if you have a couple of seconds, if you don't mind dropping me a subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it, you know? Sit back and grow with me. We're shooting to 100 subscribers, kind of close it in soon. Without further ado, I want to introduce a film that really doesn't need any introductions. The film we're looking at today is one of the peak 80s movies. Hell, one of the peak movies of all time. If you can see it in the background there, I got a little poster showing it off. My background monitors today. Guys, we're looking at 1987's fantastic Predator, directed by the one, the only, the man who understands action, John McTiernan. Now, you want to talk about 1-2 punches. Before I even get into the film, this guy directed Predator and said, hey, I'm not done yet. Next year I'm going to direct Die Hard. We'll see that a little on in the future. Trust me. So, for those who don't know, for those who've been living under a rock for the last, 30 some odd years, 36 years, Predator focuses around Arnold Schwarzenegger's character Dutch as he leads a group of crack commandos into a Central American jungle where they believe, quotes on believe, they are there for a hostage search and rescue. While they're there, they realize that something in the trees that isn't no man, that cloaks, that has this futuristic technology, is picking them off one by one. So this seemingly by the numbers action movie then turns into a suspenseful horror movie. Some of the key things that I think makes this film the masterpiece that it is. We were talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger. He plays the main character, like I said, Dutch. Mm-hmm. He does it to perfection. So one thing that really sticks out to me, why I think this film works so well, is the direction towards it. You know, John McTiernan sets it up in a way that you are seeing the film through the Predator in some regards. You're always one step ahead of the characters in the team. You can see the Predators watching them. You can see his movements, them being set up for different traps. Not too many action movies really have that kind of direction towards it. Also, too, what's really great about this movie is the pacing for it. The pacing, as soon as you get dropped in the jungle, which is the first almost 5 minutes into the movie, you're going. You're going 100 the rest of the movie. Touching back on Arnold Schwarzenegger, I think this is probably, right next to Terminator, one of his best roles he's ever done. You really believe him as this leader, of this guy who these other badasses are looking to for direction. He plays Dutch, a man who you really don't know much about him, nor any of the other people like Billy, Blaine, Hawkins, Mac, Poncho. You don't know anything about these characters before this. I mean, you get little snippets here and there, but you really just kind of learn as you go. That's why, not to kind of go off topic, but the newest Predator movie that came out, directed by Shane Black, who played Hawkins in the original one, I think was trying to force the chemistry of the characters a little too much, and it kind of seemed a little cheap, a little fake. I think he was trying to recreate what he was doing in this movie, and it just didn't work. One aspect that does work in this movie, though, is the phenomenal score done by Alan Silvestri. This, when I think of iconic scores, my mind automatically goes to this. Hell, I think the main theme song was my ringtone at one point. So you really get this feeling of muscle, we're going to go on like a group of badasses, and then on a flip of a dime, you can feel that suspense and you feel that horror and kind of feel that self-dread going in.
They're up against the ultimate enemy.
Holy Mother God.
Like the movie's themes itself, the film has both those action tones and horror tones, which I think is done phenomenally. What really sets this movie apart, though, I think, is the last half of the movie. When all the other members of the team are killed off, when it's just Arnold and the Predator, you get this second film almost, where there's really no dialogue. You just get the phenomenal direction, you get the phenomenal performances. Also to touch on too, Kevin Peter Hall, who played the Predator in this movie, was born to play a role like this. Such phenomenal shots in this whole battle sequence, and such brilliant thinking by the Predator and Dutch as well. All the traps and stuff that Dutch sets up, and he really thinks one step ahead of the Predator now, so the roles are almost flipped.
Nothing like it. has ever been on Earth before.
She says the jungle just came alive and took him.
But overall, I don't know how I'm going to grade these films. I really didn't do much thinking in it. But A+, 10 out of 10, 5 stars. Whatever you want to call it, this movie's just perfect. It makes you feel claustrophobic. It makes you feel like a badass. You know, it's not trying to be a Gone with the Wind or a Godfather, which I love those movies, but when you're just looking for a fast-paced action/horror movie, and you just want to have a good time too, it's phenomenal. It's a classic in those regards. So I think plenty more videos in the kind of review format are going to be coming, just talking about some of my favorite films, some of the stuff I'm able to catch in the theaters. It's something I've been wanting to do for a little bit now and just haven't gotten around to. So, like always, I appreciate the love and support that you guys have been showing me. It's been awesome. It's been putting me on this mountaintop of joy. You know what I mean? I can't thank you guys enough. And like I said before, if you guys don't mind subscribing, it really helps me out. So, I will catch you guys in the next one. Keep watching movies, guys. I love you.